unlocking this door, aren't we?
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building.
Apartment
It's
building.
locked. The door rattles against your knuckles, but there's no response.
Southwest entrance to the tenements.
The door rattles again, but this time you hear an elderly woman's voice calling out from
Yeah,
inside.
the repeated knocks actually work. As I've been trying on every other door. Just knock again, knock again.
Stop banging on the door. I'm not letting any more strangers inside.
This is the police. Open the door.
Ha! The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here.
But I'm not joking.
No, I already told you. I won't be responsible for any more strangers getting into the building. Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
She trails off, leaving the sentence unfinished.
Backyard door. There must be another entrance to the east.
Kim, tell her we're real policemen.
Madame, I assure you, we are real police officers.
The lieutenant repeats dutifully.
There is no reply. Just faint, sweeping sounds inside. The door rattles again.
Stop banging on the door. I'm not letting any more strangers inside.
Who am I speaking to?
Doesn't matter who I am. Now go on, get out of here. Ha! The police. No. Go check the
I don't know if she's going to be
Backyard door.
particularly helpful. Backyard door. So this is sort of a dead end here. We've explored all this. Just down to the docks with that lady. This door's locked.
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building.
Conceptualization. Why am I looking at this wall?
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here. You have no clue. It's just a wall.
It's just a wall. Why am I looking at this wall? Mag's always handy. Eat that stuff. Hey, I'm over the other side of the fence. You little shit.
Are you trying to sneak up on me? Come to slit my throat in my sleep?
It's tempting the way you keep carrying on. Don't give me ideas.
Logic error. She is not sleeping right now.
Pigs come to take me out, trying to snuff me out.
Why would you even say that?
Then why are you sneaking up on me like that? It's not a good idea to scare me, pig. Not a good idea at all. Trying to sneak up on me again? Trying to snuff me out? Get away, pig!
A garden hose. This won't be of use until the snow melts. Locked door?
There must be another way into the building.
Holy down there? What the fuck was that? Was that a... Oh god, that blew my ears out. Sorry. Dude, was that a game bug? What was that? So you could hear it. I feel like that was a bug in the game or something, man. Is that a dick and balls? Someone's drawn some dick and balls there. Why was that so loud?
It's been a week and now they show up?
Another splattering of bullet holes on this wall. Orange bum hat. Reaction speed. That could be handy. What if this is another way up here? That'd be cool. That smoker up there could be a witness. Talk to him. Gotta zoom out, zoom out. It's always zooming us back in. Smoker up where? Up here. Can we talk to them from here?
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Looks a bit like Trey.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
He says in a quiet voice. Despite the cold, his shirt hangs unbuttoned on his frame.
It's the voice of someone who has something to hide, my liege.
No trouble from me. I just want to know what's going on here.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
Too bad.
Don't let him go.
Yeah,
This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
for sure. Actually, the gendarmerie really wants to talk to you.
Is it really that important?
He asks you, adjusting his shirt.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
Looks like you got a good view of the Whirling's backyard. Can you tell me anything about the hanging?
I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme. Do you have an estimate of when the body will be taken away?
We will remove the body as soon as possible. Now tell us, where were you last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
Wait, is someone else investigating the lynching?
I'm pretty sure I didn't.
No, not you. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
The lieutenant takes out his little blue notebook and writes something down.
Last week? I don't know. Look.
He looks around the courtyard again. Old patio chairs and dead houseplants litter the scene.
He's an actor declaiming a soliloquy. See how you hang on his every word?
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over.
What kind of friend?
It was my Sunday friend.
What's your friend's real name? Did he see something?
He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. In the neighboring windows, you can see faint reflections of his silhouette, all from different angles.
Can you tell me your name?
My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
Martin.
That's definitely not his real name.
You know, who would call someone Martin? You're not actually called Martin Martinez, are you?
No, of course not. Could you please lower your voice?
He scans the courtyard. It's silent like the bottom of a well, every sound captured and reflected back. Is that all we got?
I'd even go so far as to say that...
We will remove...
Oh,
Wait, is someone else?
no, not you.
And when did
Last week?
He's an actor.
you didn't...
It was my son.
He doesn't reply.
No. We won't.
He takes one last drag of his cigarette before stubbing it out on the balcony.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Suggestion.
This isn't the place
Cool.
or time for questions. Who knows who might be watching from the distance, hidden behind the curtains?
Suggestion. This isn't the place or time for questions, but we're going to keep questioning him. Oh, can we meet again somewhere else? Good, yeah.
For a moment, the man on the balcony seems almost vulnerable. Something moves in the depths of his feline eyes, compassion and a hint of understanding.
I am sorry, but I really don't have the information you're looking for.
His voice is soft and deliberate. With a flick of his wrist, he sends the cigarette butts sailing over the rail.
But, hold on, what's that? For a split second, his hand lingers, as though gesturing towards a stone placed right next to the front door.
The keys or something there?
It's a sign.
Good luck with the investigation.
He walks away. Pointing to a stone, is there going to be a key or something hidden under there, or some way to, like, get in?
He's gone.
We should run after him, see where he went.
No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself.
So we just give up?
He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case. He did leave us a sign. Did you see that? He wanted to draw our attention to that stone right over there.
The lieutenant nods towards a small rock and a soggy patch of grass.
If we find a way inside the building, we can ask around for his apartment.
A stone, like any other, lying in a whirl of sleet and mud. Maybe there's something under it. There's a key beneath it.
Really? That
rusty
easy?
from the dirt.
This must be for the front door. Pity it doesn't have the apartment number on it. This building has many apartments, and the man can be in any of them.
How are we going to find the right one?
We'll just have to go in and see.
And the rolls make such a difference, yeah? Now we've got a key just to go in there, just like that, because we hit that roll. We could have missed a roll, and then what? Gee, if he can get us up and around here, though. Anything else while we're over here? Doesn't look like it. Just now we can go in here. Awesome. That was lucky. Let's do a hard save while we're here. Eviction notices and missing pets are plastered on top of each other. A door to the balcony. Cleaning chemicals. Flip up glasses, the auditor. Dude, is having +1 drama even like a good thing? Chuck endurance on. I think people react to us differently based on what we're wearing though. I think it's more than just the stats. No, it's the shirt. You can have that physical instrument. We don't have a hat at all. That's -1 rhetoric. -1 perception, +1 in momentum, empire, +1 logic, -1 authority. Oh, the minuses suck. We don't have a lot of authority. And we're already pretty good on logic. So I don't think we should put those on. If anything, we could afford a hit on logic. If it was a -1 on logic, it would be worth putting on, because our logic is great. I don't know what esprit de corps means. Connect to station 41, understand. Well, we've got to call them back soon. Chuck this on. We'll keep endurance for now. If we need it, we can put that on, I guess. Balcony seems important. An old shoe rack. Boots, sneakers, and old slippers. Shoes come in 3 different sizes. A loud rumbling snore comes from within. The shower curtains are covered in some sort of slime. Five-pointed star on the wall.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says, number 11. It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. A solid pair of chain cutters would make short work of it. Better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise.
We should knock at least.
No reply. No reply.
Oh, fort complete. White morning. And the little guy gets smaller and smaller as you rise above the dollhouse world. You see him out in the snow, on the streets, in the shop on the corner, and finally in a matchbox house. Sitting by the window, white flowers on the windowsill. You can smell them from up here. It's awful. A white morning. A modern death. Divorce or something similar. All you can do is put more distance between you and him. Make him smaller. Make him less you. This is plus 20% zoom out distance. That's like mildly good, I think. But if we're taking a hit on something. So is the minus stat just for while we're rethinking about it? Temporary research bonus. Ah, okay. So it's just minus while we are learning it, the fort. So for those 2 hours, we have minus 2 empathy. But then once it's done, we get a bonus? I see. Well, we need more slots. We need to spend skill points for more slots. If I forget, we'll have to spend all the time thinking about it again. It's pretty brutal when you don't know what the benefits are going to be. This one's not that great. The learning cap on these. We're nowhere near hitting yet. That's not actually a great fort. Should we just forget it? And try a different one? Let's just try it on this to practice. Oh, it costs a point to forget as well? Brutal. So we'd have to spend a skill point to forget something or spend one for another slot. So I guess we'll just leave those as they are for now. It seems a bit brash to just bust into this apartment.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on...
Defacing, don't we have gear for this? Or is it already on? Yeah, we've already got our +1 interfacing on. The gloves.
This door has been closed with a padlock. The shackle snaps like a twig, and the lock falls to the floor with a little thud. It should be possible to enter now.
After you, detective.
Don't know why we're just breaking into this room. Photos of revolutionaries posing with guns. A flamboyant poster of a white star. Real lithography.
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth reads Kraz Marzov.
Why does this tenant have a bust of Kraz Marzov in their bedroom?
The white star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. How fitting.
Whoever lives here needs to learn how the economy actually works.
I suspect that's exactly what they are trying to do. There aren't many communists around, not after the revolution. Some youth still keep the ideology going, it seems.
Father Mazov, the hero of the working class. Salute the statue.
Whoever lives here definitely shares your enthusiasm.
He leans closer to inspect the photos of revolutionaries on the wall.
There aren't many communists around, not after the...
Books of critical theory on the monstrosities of capital and such. 9mm bullet. Ooh, conceptualization. Jacket. It's a jacket. That's a shirt. This is endurance. Oh, it looks cool. It looks nice. Sarah Mirizian. Isn't that... I wonder if we wear this and talk to someone. It'll act different.
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says 10. The walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to the door. You can feel tension on the other side. A poor communard, from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
What? What? This time the steps come closer. Who is this? Demands a female voice, wary and tense. This is the police. Open up.
Do I have to open the door?
You hear the clacking of heels again as the other side walks right up to the door. Her tone is now getting a defensive edge.
Do you have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant.
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get inside that apartment.
It's generally easier to do things if you have literally any reason.
Suppose.
A poor communard.
Door 9 is locked. Postcard, Boogie Street 46. Apartment number 8. Their mailbox is overflowing. Here's our cleaning lady who snubbed us before. We're in.
Give me a moment. The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
She sneezes into a dirty handkerchief. Are you alright? Should I call a doctor?
I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about me.
She starts coughing, red spots appearing on her cheeks.
You're still worried. It's very worrying.
Now, what do you want from me, policeman?
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence.
Who are you?
I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways.
Do you live here?
If you can call it living. I have a little room upstairs right next to the coal room. It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company. And that's all I need from this world.
She hasn't spoken to anyone for a while. Even her sentences feel rusty.
I'm looking for a young male in his mid-20s. Dark hair, skinny build, a smoker on the balcony.
Yes, yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
She looks at the other end of the hallway.
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for?
No trouble, I just want to talk to him. Do you know where he lives?
Talk?
The cleaning lady starts laughing, but it turns into a violent coughing spasm. She squeezes her broom, trying to catch her breath.
What was so funny about that?
He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to
28.
the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
I have a few questions about those apartments.
Ask away, policeman.
Is one of the residents on a vacation? Their mailbox is overflowing.
People come and go. I don't keep an eye on everyone.
They probably just moved or died. Hopefully somewhere else.
Who lives in apartment 10?
No one lives there. It's been empty for months.
But I talked to someone through the door.
Impossible. I would know if someone had moved in there. Maybe it's those countercultural people again. Breaking into a house like it's a public space. You're a policeman. Be good and take a look, will you?
Sure, I'll go see what I can find.
Great. Young people. They're worse than rats. You know, always littering the hallways with trinkets and empty beer cans.
Who lives behind the padlocked door?
Oh, that one is a scientist. A future scholar.
Suddenly the old lady's face is beaming.
I think he studies astrology at the community college. Education's good. I always tell them to study.
Astrology?
Something to do with all those stars around his door. He asked me to leave his drawings up on the wall.
You mean the star and antlers? I think that's the symbol of communism.
The symbol of what now?
Communism. It's a political ideology.
Ah, all I know about politics is that it's brought us more harm than good.
What can you tell me about Cindy?
The artiste? Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them. Still,
That was the sassy girl from the roof before, wasn't
she
it?
leaves an old lady to her business. More than I can say for others.
Oh, was that a diss at us? That's right, we're leaving. That's all. Thanks.
She mumbles some kind of a response, then hacks something into her handkerchief.
Gross. A firing squad for the rich. The sea below looks cold and winter grey. Someone has torn down the wall. Nosifed.
Yes?
The sexy dark mystery.
Ruination has come. The broken arches betray the once grand history of this building. It towered over the harbor until it happened.
Form a guess about what happened.
A great force from the northeast fired into the city. Heavy artillery shelled the coastline. Fired from the water. A straight shot into Revachol. The tenement acted as a defensive wall against the worst of the shelling until it was destroyed, and they had a direct firing line.
Take in the ocean.
The waves of the Martinez Inlet rolled over the fallen remains of the building. The dark waters obscured the better part of the remains. What didn't fall into the ocean was used as scrap. What wasn't used as scrap was thrown into the ocean.
Look at the ruins in the water.
Those arches acted as support for something greater than what you see now. Only 3 stories stand where 9 to 12 once did. Restoration has failed. What the shelling took out was never rebuilt.
Who did this? This damage?
A fleet, the combined armies of Occident and Grad, with Mesk volunteers, a 5-nation army, hundreds of vessels. They massed airships further down in the Bay of Revachol. The artillery was so powerful. The ships not only required gyroscopic stabilization, they were anchored into the ocean floor as well. Many are still there to this day. If you squint, you can just barely see the shadow on the water, far in the northeast. Cannon still ready to placate Revachol. Coalition warship Archer can shoot 50 shells a minute on 20 co-aligned archers. They will reach the city in 58 seconds.
Hey Kim, do you know who shelled our city?
The coalition. But that was a long time ago. I think we should move on. It's chilly up here.
He does not like talking politics of this kind.
Ooh, the piggies have
That's
learned
her.
how to saunter up staircases. I didn't think you could do that with hooves. But here you are.
Probably should prioritize talking to that guy, although she said he'd be around in the evening, so we probably got a bunch of hours to still go and talk to him. 'Cause he seems the most important, like he was actually keen to tell us some stuff. For now, we're talking to this sassy Arya Stark. That's right, we've evolved.
Yeah, I can see that. Cool mutations.
That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint. It's heavy fuel oil.
Fuel oil?
Red-dyed heavy fuel oil is only used in government vehicles, or at least that's the idea.
Is that government fuel oil?
What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself. Back in Jamrock.
She really did it. She's proud of it too.
Fumes are bad for you, okay?
Something to think about next time you're driving around in your pretty little piggy carriage.
We maybe could have said something better then.
An intricate web of it almost looks like. It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much.
I want to get into that mug talk again.
But it will not happen. The mug talk is exhausted. It is time to return to work.
Alright, fair. I was keen to talk about that mug. We came out of this door, didn't we? Yeah. Low on morale, put points into volition. Dude, I want to put points in everything. You got a door here. Check out this stuff. Ooh, a whole 2.25. Actually, some money. Above, tarps flap in the wind. Forgotten hammers, nails rust. Can't get in there. Chair's new. Someone lives back here. Whoa. Blue? What's blue? Have we seen a blue outline before? There's a cat pillow. Someone's been sleeping here recently. Cindy? Enough coal to last for several winters. Ooh, pants. It was just money. I wonder why it was blue. Is that a skill check thing? Is it our visual calculus or something? Like, let us see that? I feel like it's some sort of skill check thing there. I think that's it for this room. Is it?
Yes?
I wish escape got out of these conversations. Well, it wasn't exciting as I thought it would be. This room looks crazy. There's some grand mystery in here, but... maybe there's something to do at nighttime. That's alright, this was just one section of the balcony. We still need to go to that other balcony door.
That isn't just a five-pointed star. It's an inverted white pentagram cradled in a wreath of antlers. The iconography of communism, in other words.
An inverted white pentagram cradled in a wreath. That sounds like some Satanist shit. Not like communists. Inspect the symbol closer.
The star and antlers was developed in the 6th decade of the last century and quickly adopted by Mezov and the communards during the revolution. Even today, half a century after, the star and antlers retains the ability to evoke hope, disappointment, and fear in equal measure.
Why is the star upside down?
To symbolize the toppling of the old order.
Oh.
Also, some social democrats were already using it.
What's the deal with the antlers?
The wreath of antlers represents a natural crown. It was about building a society that could exist in accord with the natural world, and at the same time above it.
Why white?
Because white is the color of peace.
What does it evoke in me?
Gone is the glory of hope. Only the scribblings of impoverished students remain in dirty hallways. You are the big communism builder now. It's you or no one.
We sort of checked everything out, haven't we? It's time to go out onto the other balcony to find our guy. The breaker box is full of cigarette butts and electric wires. Just a door. It's just a box. Someone's growing rosemary, thyme, and a cactus.
This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security. Number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives.
Let's see if anyone's home. Knock on the door.
No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening.
She did say you'd be around in the evening.
We should return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good?
Tomorrow? Why not in like a few hours?
The smoker on the balcony. This is why we're here, right? He might know something about the murder. So tomorrow 9 p.m.?
Why tomorrow? Why not tonight?
Don't worry. It's mostly all still here. You can remember things. You got this.
Sounds good. Tomorrow night. Yeah, I think that's talking to me, the player, to like remember. That's a very specific thing. Tomorrow after 9. It's a tight time frame.
Tomorrow, 9 p.m.
Are we going to remember that to do that?
Apartment number 28. Good, let's go.
Damn. Turns out it's quite tricky finding someone in a big apartment building. Don't worry. You'll get him.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to talk to that guy. It feels like he's important.
Remember, tomorrow, he's probably gone for today. No one answers.
We should return tomorrow.
No one.
We should return tomorrow.
Brutal. I feel like this is the game sort of gating our progress. Because you can't talk to all of those union workers until the second day. Can we not talk to this guy until the third day? Whoa, where did Kim just go? Oh, man's just ID clipped. Oh, he's in there. Yo, how's it going in there? He's inside the building. I don't know, Kim, tell us what's going on in there. So he's totally gets... I can't talk to him. Oop. Apartment 30. Voices from within, singing along to some buoyant dance track. Oh, bummer. I think there's a dead end here. Oh, God, it's almost 4. I was hoping this would be a good solid lead, or at least get us up here. Really nothing else to do here, I guess. Come back tomorrow. Have we sort of done everything around? I feel like we've done everything around here then for now. So I guess we'll just do whatever is good.
Trying to sneak up on me?
Because all of this area we'd never explored before, and now I feel like we are actually hitting some dead ends now. Have we actually explored everywhere? We got one skill point. Whoa. Signal blue naval coat. That's one suggestion. That looks cool. They all comment on my gloves so much. We almost look like we got an outfit here. Almost look coordinated. Fashion Elysium. Bullets. You've got one bullet.
The pockets of these new jeans are perfect for sticking your hand into. Makes you look cool, calm, and collected. As your hand enters the pocket, your fingers brush against something. Soft, yet crinkly.
There's something in the pocket.
Hey, it's a chewing gum wrapper. It reminds you of the fruity juice of apricots. You should inspect it closer if you have time. Something about the wrapper's texture is familiar. By the way, the raw materials were most likely exported from Seaguy, the apricot suzerainty, and processed in sur-le-clay into the apricot-flavored chewing gum loved by kids of today and yesterday. Something about it is familiar, and not only to your fingers.
Chewing gum wrapper. Apricots.
There it is again. The scent of apricots with a touch of cinnamon. Smells like the end of some distant summer. The surface of another planet, or some ancient temple.
Ancient temple?
Yes, from the height of antiquity. A long, long time ago. Millennia ago. On an island of time you can never return to.
End of summer.
The sun sets into the sea, but the water does not boil. Instead, it turns to liquid gold. For a moment, the world's store of precious metals seems to increase dramatically, and you are rich. There is a movement next to you, the shuffle of a small coat, warm like the evening. But when you turn toward it, there's nothing there.
Where did it go?
Why are you talking to a gum wrapper?
Take a deep, deep breath.
Bitter, citrus, sweet. It seems to grow stronger, like a glow, with every breath you take. Whatever petrochemical byproducts they used to create this artificial flavor have bonded tightly to the wrapper. Or is that just your memory filling the gaps? Until a blossom of skin and flower petals erupts behind your closed eyes. Made of toffee, cream, and distance. You just had to take a dive. Feels so familiar.
We have a new fort. Apricot chewing gum. Scented one. I kind of want to learn some of this, but dude, a skill point to unlearn now? I guess a skill point to unlock something else would be better than unlearn something. I thought I already did investigate that place. But now since we spoke to the lady, we've actually got the...
Give me a moment.
Wasn't this? We did explore here,
A
didn't we?
plaster cast bust.
Was she talking about this one? Is this 10?
You hear someone walking around
this
inside,
is the one.
rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says 10.
Excuse me? Of course not.
This apartment is supposed to be empty.
There's no sweet talking your way in there. Be official.
Oh, I don't know how official we are.
You have plenty of reason to enter.
I don't need a warrant if I suspect there's been a break-in.
Oh, come on.
There's a pause before you hear the door being unlocked.
Well, that was easy.
Indeed.
That was smart.
It was? It's rare that we're smart.
Satisfied? My name is Marielle Charpentier, and I'm an agent with Martinez Realty Associates. I am not breaking in, as I have every right to be here. The keys, see?
Her voice is really cheerful, despite her obviously hating you.
I mean, she's got nothing to hide. What's the problem?
Do you want to see my ID as well? You can't legally ask for it, but why not? Want to see my residence permit too?
She fumbles through her purse, fishing out a light paper-clad passport. She seems alright. I don't need your ID, I just need to ask some questions.
Very well, but please make it quick. I need to be back in La Delta in an hour.
What are you doing here?
I need to get it ready for the next lease, but as you can see, the previous tenant completely trashed the place.
Reprehensible. Who lived here?
It was some kind of a moribund old man who used to be a business owner. You'd think they'd make rent.
Moribund. God, there's so many words in this. Let's look at that one up. Moribund. A person at the point of death, in terminal decline, lacking vitality or vigor.
But that was months ago. Anyway, was there anything you wanted, or is that it? I'm in a hurry.
Who lived in the foreclosed apartment down the hallway?
Oh, that's another huge mess. The former tenant owes us 3 months of rent. 3. We closed the apartment and planned on auctioning off the valuables, but... And again, I have no idea how stupid mistakes like this can even happen. But Ron, when he came to close the door, didn't close the neighboring door. And there's a hole in the wall.
Oh.
A hole in the wall. Can you believe it? And then the tenant ran off with his stuff. He's gone. The money's gone. Just like that.
The sum must have been puny.
It couldn't have been that much money. These apartments look pretty shabby.
These apartments are perfectly fine. They have gorgeous architecture, a million-real view of the bay, good ventilation, neighbors, life, spark, and they are affordable. I'll tell you, Martinez has a future. In a few years, it's going to blossom with artists and creatives and those radio computer wizards.
The radio computer wizards are invested with magical economic powers.
My money has also disappeared, I think.
Well, it does not disappear from my hands. No, I don't let it.
So wait, what happened with the wall?
Don't ask me what happened with the wall. I have no idea how we're going to find the time or resources to fix it. Both apartments are now unrentable. Both.
I guess that's all?
Of course.
A blister pack of medicine peeks out of the box. Can I just take it if she's standing here? Cool, we need that. Oh my god, 5. So that adds 5 charges. Every time I saw those +3, I thought it would be something where I had to use it all in one go. Wow, okay, now we need those. Looks like a fine mattress. I mean, compared to everything else we've seen, actually it does look like a fine mattress. Shoes. +1 to indirect modes of taxation. The hell? +1 to indirect modes of taxation. They look cool. Yeah, I'm starting to look a little dripped now. We've actually got some clothes on.
The luxury of fine things. Just look at those black monk straps. After spending an entire day hustling, who's to say that you didn't deserve a pair of ridiculously expensive shoes on your tired feet?
You're right. Beautiful things do make people happy.
Beautiful things give you a rush. It's power. Crafting your style, draping your flesh in silk and leather, deciding how to present yourself to the world. Remember, when they come to take it away from you, you worked for those shoes. Whether you like it or not, wearing these shoes has made you more liberal, ultra-liberal. They're either a gateway drug or a booster pack to get you deeper into free market ideology.
Yes?
What now? Of course.
Give me a moment.
I didn't find any counterculture people in apartment 10. It was just a real estate agent setting up the room for new tenants.
I see. I hope some good people are finally going to move in. This place needs them.
Lax women and sexual deviants. That's who will come. Spit. Yes, radio computer wizards are coming. They're gonna save the place and the economy. Let's just be nice to the cleaning lady. I'm sure everything will be fine. This apartment building needs slow change. Imperceptibly slow.
Yes. Well. I hope they're good people.
Your statements are too vague to comment on.
Oh.
What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate political opinions somewhere in Martinez.
This is because I keep saying none of the above to political stuff, isn't it?
It's also about that, but it's also more. Perhaps it's the hangover. Perhaps it's a temporary surge of serotonin, but something tells you it's time to become a citizen of the Kingdom of Conscience.
First, where is this kingdom of conscience?
It is not a place. It is a moment in time that can only arise in the right circumstances. In all of human history, it's only been achieved a handful of times.
How do you bring about those circumstances?
Incrementally. History's greatest catastrophes have been brought about by people trying to make the world a better place. Too quickly.
Deep.
That's the genius of Dolores Day. She recognized that progress is meaningless if its gains are lost because of instability. Real, lasting change can only come about gradually, increment by increment.
But what about all the things that are wrong now?
Tisk tisk. Just because you live in the present doesn't mean you have the right to place your needs above the needs of the future. You may never live to see the kingdom of conscience. Your children may not. Even your grandchildren might not. But that's no excuse not to keep working. What rationality?
Wait, is the kingdom of conscience really about doing things, or just preserving the status quo?
Do you believe the status quo is preferable to chaos and bloodshed?
Yes? Chaos and bloodshed is required to make things better, but I don't know, it'd be better if not. Yes?
There you have it. Sometimes holding the line is progress.
Okay, but what's the kingdom of conscience actually like?
The kingdom is difficult to comprehend, and even more difficult to describe, partly because humanity will need to discard many of the categories that define and limit it today. The kingdom of conscience is post-capitalist, post-national. It's also post-industrial, post-ideological, and even post-sexual.
Do we opt in on this? Sounds incredible. Alonzi, let's go there right now.
Slow down, Mr. Reasonable. Did you miss the part about compromising and taking things slow?
Oh, right. Well, then let's just get there eventually.
That's right. Remember, real democracy is just around the corner for Revachol. When that real democracy kicks in, a long time from now, we are all going to be so much happier.
Yes, democracy saves everything, doesn't it?
Give me a moment.
And we've actually got so much to do. We can go question about the jam. We need to go and call that cop car and get our results back. Those numbers we ran on the armor. For real though, I want to get a bearing on the map. Yeah, we gotta zoom out more. I think we've sort of been in every nook and cranny now that you can sort of explore. We've been through the apartments. Been down there, back around the fence. $30. Is this, I've got the plus zoom out, don't I? %20 zoom out. Yeah, we can zoom out so far.
There. Working class drunk. You know what this means, right?
Case solved.
Cracked it. All in a good day's work.
Wait, what did I crack exactly?
What do you mean, what did I crack? Look at how working class that drunk is.
It's her husband, the missing husband.
Yes, and you found him. Now go and tell the working class woman. Protect and serve, recruit. Didn't she repeatedly tell you her husband isn't missing though? But he is missing. You heard her. The worry in her voice.
This doesn't really add up. I don't know if I want to go too crazy. I'm only making a fool of myself.
Do marriages make any sense? Does honor? You're not a filthy philosopher. You're an officer of law. It's time to ace this case and not brood over your reputation. We can deal with the perception management later.
Alright then, give me champagne. I'm going in.
There's no need for champagne when there's honor, recruit. Go and tell the working class woman what you found, right now.
Am I really going to? Isn't she just like here? He's like there. She can almost like see him. Isn't this her? She could pretty much see him from there. Protect and serve, madam. I found your husband.
God damn it, I already told you. My husband isn't missing.
Well, I found him nevertheless. I'm that good.
Very well then. Where is he?
There.
Excuse me? I don't follow.
There's something else hiding in her voice, though. A trace of worry.
I found a working class drunk and I thought he might be yours.
Right, 'cause working class women come with alcoholic husbands. You know what?
Remember, about that what. Never ever say what.
I'm not saying what.
You were right. I do have an alcoholic husband. Although not that one.
But you told me your husband's alright.
I did, and he is. He's also an alcoholic.
So is he missing as well?
No, he's not. Or maybe he is, I don't know. He's probably in the park or in Shamrock somewhere, drinking with his friends. I haven't seen him for... Well, to hell with him.
She has completely forgotten about her books, staring blank into the distance instead.
There. She's worried now.
Don't worry, I'm going to find him and bring you back home, promise.
She sighs, but you can detect a slight hint of gratitude and relief from her face.
All right, go ahead. Do you have any questions?
What does your husband look like?
Honestly, not that different from you.
Like a late-stage alcoholic, then.
That's one way to put it, yes. No offense. I'd also add he's a little bit chubby.
I see. What else?
What else? He was wearing a dark brown leather jacket with a bright blue inner lining. The lining is hand-sewn. I made it myself. It's his cool jacket. God knows it's too cold to run around in this, but he refuses to change. I even tried throwing it away once, but he just dug it out of the bin. Can you believe it?
Well, if the jacket is really that cool, then I can totally understand.
Well, what can you do? I hope that at least that extra lining helps him keep warm at night. I wouldn't like him to catch cold.
She's thinking about him out in the cold, in some park, or on the coast. And it's making her more and more worried.
When did you last see him?
Yesterday morning, he went to the library. He went to retrieve my book, and he promised he'd walk straight back home. Because we talked about this. We talked about not wandering off again. I don't know what to do. I honestly don't know what to do with his addiction. Just makes me feel weak.
Gone for around 36 hours then. Damn, this is a missing persons case. She turns away from you in an attempt to recover.
So you are going to look for him?
She genuinely wants you to know. Don't make her ask.
Yes, I'll bring him back home to you.
Thank you. Please do. Even though I'm sure he will return home by himself. I'm still sure of that.
I'm sure he will too. When he does, would you let Precinct 57, Kim Kitsuragi, know?
I will. Of course, officer. As I said, it's probably nothing.
There's a bunch of different things that we could do, but I do want to start questioning into this whole drug thing with the people on the strike. I'm going to run to the bathroom really quickly. Yeah, I won't be long. I'm just going to AFK real quick. Want to do a real pause, real break. Cool, cool. What's the plan of attack now then? Morale's hurting. We got so much to do. Oh yeah, we've got to do this now. Call Alice back. About the numbers
Inside,
on the
you
armor?
see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Tap on the gauge?
As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled heat.
Heat.
No, that's enough fun with the foldable headlights. I know they are mesmerizing. They're also fragile. I'm not going to turn it on for you again.
Sort of messing with his car. So, we called up the station to run the serial number on what the armor that the dead dude was wearing.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
And, have you heard back from the ICP about the serial number?
Yes. The armor was produced by Fairweather in their facilities in Betancourt, sur la Clé in 42.
What? Fair weather in their facilities in 42. Cool? Is that cool?
It was part of a special order for Corps de Pharmacie, a security firm contracted to protect the interests of Oranese pharmaceutical companies in the Semenine conflict.
Pharmaceutical companies.
So, it seems the armor went to Semenine. That's where the paper trail ends, though. Even the firm has proven difficult to track. Corps de Pharmacie has been renamed several times over in the years since the armor was issued.
Do you know what it's called now?
The most recently registered firm that the ICP has been able to connect to the CDP is a military contractor called Trinell, and the one before it was Downwell. I think they might be the same contractor.
A suit of armor like this would have been manufactured with a particular person's physique in mind. You should ask for whom this suit was fitted.
A suit of armor like this would have been customized to fit the wearer. There must be a record of the person to whom it was issued.
Yes, but the ICP tends to be reluctant to share private sector records. I could try to talk them into it, though.
But I cannot... I can't read ICP anything other than Insane Clown Posse. I was just talking about this. I mean, what? The Insane Clown Posse's out here? Yes, please do try. It's imperative that we learn whose armor this was.
Sure. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully I will have more information for you then.
Cool. Alright, well hopefully, yeah, that could be a big lead. I don't know if we want to go talking to the 41st again. Those guys suck.
Just a moment, officer.
10-4, come in, officer. Over. Roger that. 10-10, over and out.
Well, at least we did that. That was a good thing to do. So I guess we should focus on those timed quests. Close the water lock on Wednesday. Pay our rent. We should, we've picked up a bunch of bottles. We should have, yeah, we've got a bit of money. Not a lot. The tattoo's possible meaning. I did want to go back. Wasn't there somewhere we sort of saw a bunch of lines or drawings that were related to that in here somewhere? I forget where that was. This thing.
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker.
Is this related to
The
what was on our
spreading
guide?
over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient. The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic tiles. Very pedantic. History classes Students with their textbooks open, studying the roots of our civilization. Those aquarelle blue tiles looked beautiful in the sun. Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9. Some written notes, too. Sparse and cryptic. Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced.
This must be an elaborate piece of art.
You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations,
related.
all lead back to one red heart, titled The Game Master. Someone very, the leader of a massive on-air, a conductor for the hunt. Whoever decides all of this is gone. There's no way a little...
My God, the schedule.
Nothing.
No. Thinking that might be related to the tattoos or whatever, but nope. Badge, getting the body down, find booze and drink it. Ask Kuno. God, I don't want to ask Kuno anything. So much crap for now. What was the map? All this stuff. Let's just go asking a bunch of questions now on this drug stuff.
Still here. Stuck in this damn jam, my man. What's up?
You seem like a man who knows about drugs.
Ah, man. Me and narcotics go way back. Had some good times surfing the psychic waves of my own consciousness, you know?
You know?
But those days are behind me. There are other addictions in my life now. Why the inquiry, my man?
I need to get high, and I'm looking for a dealer. I don't know if... I don't want to be straight up like I know one of you's doing drugs, trafficking drugs.
Hey, man, that's serious criminal talk. Are you trying to pull some sort of an entrapment thing on me?
Not really.
Entrapment is a practice whereby an officer of the law induces a person to commit a criminal offense that the person would have otherwise been unlikely to commit, usually through some trickery, persuasion, or fraud.
Is this guy going to be chill if we just tell him the real shit? Let me be straight with you. I'm trying to figure out who's smuggling drugs out of Terminal B.
We have a credible lead, sir. Someone on this roundabout is waiting for a bulk shipment from the harbor to load it on their lorry and drive it to Jamrock.
Not me, man. No way. I don't need any trouble. Shit's bad enough anyway. This jam's got folks up in arms, and I'm afraid it's headed toward a conflagration.
Well, then why are you still hanging around?
Gotta guard the stuff. Bosses don't look kindly on missing cargo, and it gives me time to work on my rhymes.
A rhymesmith? This is quite credible. It goes with its cadence and way of speaking.
Cadence. Who do you think could be conducting the drug trade then?
Look, man, I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly of Revachol. I'm a guest here. You really need to find another man to probe with those questions.
Fair. This guy seems pretty chill.
We wouldn't say he's lying, sire.
Yeah. Ooh, 72%. Understood his theatrics. He's a poet. Hit him with your best verse.
Wait. There's something here, stored away in some dusty corner. It starts like...
A mirror's temperature is always 0. It is ice in the veins. Its camera is an X-ray.
Whoa. What else?
It is a chalice held out to you in silent communion,
Silent communion. That's good.
where gaspingly you partake of a shifting identity never your own.
Dang, that's some great shit. You came up with that yourself.
Or did you learn it in school? More importantly, who can prove if you did? Go with it. You deserve some acclaim.
Did you learn it in school? Who can prove if you did? Let's just own it. I'm just a vessel for the muse.
Right. But really, no bullshit. That's great stuff. I sort of want to know if it's yours.
I think the words are mine, yes?
Fucking A. Seems I got you all wrong. Cops aren't much known for their artistic sensibilities these days. It's good to meet a fellow poet. Someone with an appreciation for real text. The others here, so you don't really get it.
It makes it all easier to bear if the words are pretty.
I get you. When they really click, it makes the world seem manageable. Good to be on the same page.
He gives you a thumbs up.
You found some common ground with this man. Even impressed him. The next time you look in the mirror, though, remember those words.
Well, this guy seems on the level.
Why does art inspire you so much?
It does, yes, but what is art?
Excellent question. Art is a diverse range of visual, literary, auditory, and performative creativity. It's an expression of imagination and technical skill. Additionally, it's history, criticism, and pure enjoyment. In short, art is the highest form of human communication, representation, narrative, emotion, and agency intertwined.
Would I fit into the art world? I mean...
Have you looked in the mirror lately? You have the exact features of a savage art critic, with that beard and those clothes, disheveled and prophetic. Perhaps you should try to critique architecture too.
I guess I have been feeling critical lately.
Yes, you seek substance. No vapid representations and reproductions of social mores as made manifest in stuffy biennials. We're talking real, living art here. Become the art cop. Half art critic, half cop.
Wait, but if I don't I have to be 100% cop to get the case finished? We can opt in. Okay, 50% art critic is what's needed to free me from rote repetition, so be it. I just want to opt in. It's a bit wanky, this art stuff, but it sounds fun.
Exactly. It's not only your duty to only catch the criminals off the street, you must also apprehend criminals of the printing press and the gallery, the trite and derivative artists and writers of the world.
Oh, God.
Go ahead and provide savage criticisms, art cop. The world is yours to rip to pieces and reassemble.
Art cop. You have a skill point, we could get a new spot for something. I have no idea which one we would actually look up though. This one goes for ages and has no negative. We could try this one. I don't want to use my skill point though. I want to save it if I can maybe get to that coat. We should start another fort at some point though.
The woman still has her eyes fixed on the photograph.
She the smuggler?
Hands in the background. The radio plays.
Dude, this grandma's probably the smuggler.
If you want her attention, you may need to be more forceful.
Snap your fingers twice.
Where am I? Who are you?
Like a magician recalling a subject from hypnosis, you've jolted her back to reality.
The smile on her face has disappeared, replaced by the wary aspect of a cornered beast.
I was actually hoping you could tell me that.
Never mind. I remember now. I'm still stuck in that traffic jam in the 50s.
Wait, what's so bad about the 50s?
The men have small jaws and everything is made out of plastic. Why do you need plastic when you can make the world out of amber?
Where else would you be then?
Back in Mecca, during the time of the revolution. The sidewalks and cafes are filled with young people. I was on my way to see a new Boyadero picture starring Gabriel Buenguerro. Until you came along, that is.
Who's Gabriel?
This is Gabriel Buenguerro.
She shows you the photograph in the lavish amber frame.
A strikingly handsome man looks straight at you, his head crowned with a wide brim hat. His hair is dark as an oil slick, and his jaw the most perfectly chiseled thing you've ever seen. This man's got a hold over her. Even 50 years later, you can feel it.
He was the biggest star of his day. Girls used to faint in the aisles of cinema whenever he came on the screen. And schoolboys used to memorize all of his lines.
She leans back, savoring the world she's conjured up.
In all likelihood, it's a world that's only ever existed in her mind.
So I take it you're in the mess when you were young?
Someone was.
Someone. Are these not your memories?
They are someone's memories, boy. What difference does it make if it's me or not? They're beautiful. That is all that matters. Beautiful and true. And they will win. They're coming for this, you know? All of this.
She seems to derive some bitter pleasure from this strange thought, as if the past will one day wipe the present away, like a tidal wave approaching.
Alright, I have some other questions for you. Police questions.
Why not, Harife? It's not like I have anything better to do in this hellhole.
She settles back against the railing of her motor lorry. Behind her, mountains of memorabilia, photos, and knickknacks line the dashboard.
There's something off about this woman. Tell her to show you the soles of her boots. Maybe she was at the hanging somehow.
Really? Let's start easy. What are you hauling?
Diamonds.
Diamonds, really?
Of course not. But wouldn't it be marvelous if I was?
Okay, what are you really hauling?
Whatever stupid things they put in the lorry, I imagine.
So you don't know what you're hauling in your own lorry?
I quit concerning myself with that a long time ago. Besides, I don't drive the lorry for the cargo, if you know what I mean.
This could easily be a person. What if the cargo is contraband?
Then it's contraband, Lowman. What? Do you want to take an old woman in? Be my guest. Lock me away like Bad Hand Hermenegildo.
Bad Hand, Hermenegildos's bad hand, strangled 300 people. What can I say? Some people just really like strangling people.
I still don't really understand this whole Boyadero thing.
Of course not. To truly understand the Boyadero,
You need to listen to on the Western Plain.
The boyadero, boya for short, is a cowherder from upstream Magritte, the great steppes of northern Mesk. He is a rugged individualist and explorer.
Boya for sure is a cow herder. Okay, what's that?
It's an old ballad about a young girl who falls in love with a daring boyadero. He promises to marry her as soon as he returns from the Western Plain.
I'm guessing that doesn't happen.
Of course not. The boyadero returns from the Western Plain a changed man. One night, as he and his beloved are out walking along the river Maigret, she pleads with him to give up his riding and settle down.
In the background, you can hear the orchestra swell as the screen fills with the maiden's imploring eyes.
So he gives up his riding and settles down. I think I can see where this is going.
So the boyadero strangles his beloved and throws her body in the Magritte. Then he rides off, because the Western Plain is calling to him.
That's not where I thought this was going.
You have to understand. A true boyadero needs a whole horizon to himself. He can't be tied down by man or woman. His beloved was selfish. She didn't know what it meant to love a boyadero.
What if to truly love a boyadero is to float lifeless downstream?
Before I came, you seemed away.
She's just a distracted old woman. We should maybe let her get back to her things.
So he doesn't think she's a smuggler.
You hear that, Lowman? I don't think your partner likes you spending too much time with me.
Let's not hassle Kim. It's just... Dude, we gotta press her. Like, she could so easily be... Everything lines up with her being the trafficker. She's an older lady who doesn't seem to care if she goes to jail and doesn't pay attention to what she's carrying. She seems like the perfect one that you would put all the drugs in with, yeah.
Oh, don't worry about me. I'm one of the best camioners around. I drive routes no one else will. Lomonosov's Land, Udashnaya Zemlya, the Western Plain.
She nods and closes her eyes again, letting her mind submerge.
The Transcatolia Magistral. You for 1A. Adestradas du Mirador. All the good ones. The deep trenches. Where the bluebirds fly.
She opens her eyes again and shudders. I'm something of an expert in blacking out. You should take better care of yourself.
You're right, Lowman. I'm the one who should take my health more seriously. Thank you for looking out for me. Is that all you woke me up to say?
Show me your boots, lady.
Now what do you want with an old woman's boots, Sheriff?
Please, help me out here. It's important.
Please? I think you should let me get back to Gabriel Buenguerro. You are not Gabriel. Gabriel doesn't say please.
I was trying to be nice.
She's wearing sturdy workers' boots made of black leather. Buckles run across. The sole is also made of leather.
Now the other one, please.
Just before Gabriel, it was the coronation of Franco Negro. Now, there was a real man.
There's no aberration in the pattern that you can see. She puts her foot down.
Moreover, the boots were size 37. Tiny. There are too many discrepancies in all this. Another discrepancy, although not boot-related, is the coronation of His Innocence, Franco Negro, which happened 500 years ago.
Wait, what do you mean it was the coronation of Franco Negro?
It was. And then it was no more. And I was no longer holding my father's hand. He was no longer descending the stairs in Ryle. The crowd had gone silent. Perhaps it was another Sheriff who came and woke me up, looking at my boots, asking questions. Or perhaps it was one of the others in this carnival. I don't remember.
As she says carnival, she gestures to the empty square with the statue and the machines.
Well, she's not odd soul. You figured that out.
I could have told you that from just looking at them. Her size is 37.
The feet of a little girl. They fit well on the pedals.
You seem like a woman who knows a thing or two about drugs.
What do I need drugs for, Lowman? What I see, what I feel. The great adversary. No drugs can compare.
The adversary?
Yes. There is a protagonista and an adversario. I am on the side of the adversary. There's no coming back from that hole.
Those epithets are familiar somehow. The great adversary. The great unrest.
It's not really what I was getting at.
Then what were you getting at?
This line of questioning is going nowhere. Try harder. Maybe if she thought you're corrupt.
What is it that you're hauling exactly? What? Maybe if she thought you're corrupt. So we pretend to be corrupt? I wanted to ask you to be interested in smuggling. She played it as if she didn't really know. Let's just ask.
You're man, Lowman. What of it?
Okay, let me put it this way. Are you smuggling drugs into Terminal B?
Maybe. Probably not. Makes no difference to me either way.
You said earlier you don't know what cargo you're hauling. Could it be drugs?
Just this month, I made half a dozen trips from Saramiriza to Grat on the U41A. What do you think they take from Saramiriza to Grat, Lowman?
Drugs.
No, Lowman. Diamonds.
If you had to guess, who do you think is smuggling drugs around here?
Easy. He's the skinny man who thinks he's a poet. Never trust a poet. Also, he's the only one I can see from here.
He seemed alright.
That's correct. There is no visibility of any of the others.
I didn't ask you about diamonds, did I? I don't care about that. It's a bit rude.
Diamonds are good for you, Lowman. You should try them sometime. Make yourself pretty like Eva de Zoras.
Okay. If you're not involved with the drug trafficking, then why are you still waiting here?
Where do you want me to go? This isn't so bad. I can listen to music, or the seagulls. Look at all the colors and the futures of this world. It's a good palate cleanser, this jamboree. Or I can just relax and let my mind carry me back where it will, to the Great Plains.
I think we're done here, no?
He closes his notebook to stress it. Yeah, we're definitely done here.
Yes, go. Enough jamboree. I need to get back to Mesque.
Well, to be honest, I can't say I followed a lot of what the hell all of that conversation was about. Who else could we talk to who's moving things around? There's the skinny guy and there's her. Didn't they say there'll be like 3 people?
Now it's turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man. What's on your mind?
Is there anyone else in this whole jam that we could talk to? Because there's the big guy out the front, but... this guy's just selling stuff, yeah. He's not part of the whole thing.
Everything's still cool. You keep coming back. That's good, officer. Keep browsing those clothes. Keep saving that economy.
Let's rummage again. Dress code, rummager. Dress code? The hell does that mean? For some reason we're getting a bonus to rummaging.
You keep coming back. That's good, officer. Keep browsing those clothes. Keep saving that economy.
Something cold grazes your hand. Synthetic and sleek. A windbreaker. Surf it says, but also wind, summer, 100% waterproof, and sport, all in different typefaces.
Good choice, officer. Mega sporty. And it's only $4.50 for you, sir.
$4.50. Should we get it, since we had to sort of rummage for it? Put the roll on it? If we had the roll to find it, to rummage it out, surely it's something good. Should we just buy it?
Gotta prepare for springtime, right?
You see two lowly, defeated speakers, thralls, slaves basically, perched atop them like conquerors surveying the land. A pair of found, durable wear sneakers, Ultra Series.
I can see you with taste for luxury, officer. Can't keep your eyes off those sneakers?
Inspect the sneakers or the speakers? Hit the sneakers?
A pair of found Ultras. The design is impossibly sleek and simple. A futuristic silhouette with a sleek monochrome colorway, a jet black upper, and a silver-lined midsole.
Those sneakers, mister. Those sneakers are the latest found sneakers. Super air, super fine, super cool. Only 50 real.
50. The amount of things you can buy and the amount of money you can spend on this versus the amount that we're actually getting or finding. There's no way we're going to be able to just buy all this crap.
Only that's madness. Fun Ultra, wear the future. You remember the slogan from some magazine.
Oh, those are good stats. Reaction speed, hand-eye coordination. Those would be handy. 50 real though. We're not about to buy those. You can expect the speakers.
These once respectable speakers have been conquered, reduced to a mere prop by the indomitable found Ultras atop them.
No, don't look at the speakers, officer. Look at the sneakers. The sneakers are the stars here.
I already looked at the sneakers.
Then look at them again. These are the premium lifestyle sneakers, officer. The best on the market.
Can't I just buy the sad, conquered Samaran speakers?
No way, officer. These aren't for sale. They're bad speakers. Low-fi socialist junk.
That's why I want them. I think I might be a lo-fi socialist junk myself.
No, officer. You're a high-class policeman who accepts nothing less than the best. Lucky for you, I've got the best on sale.
You don't know what I am. I don't even know it myself. I want the speakers.
Well, if you want them, but see, they are the pedestal for my sneakers. If I let go of the speakers, where will the sneakers go? I can't leave premium lifestyle sneakers on the ground.
We got a sneakers on speakers situation here.
If, on the other hand, you wanted to buy the sneakers too, I could maybe throw in the speakers for little extra. 50 cents?
Damn, so you have to buy the sneakers first.
Dude, then we can't afford that. 50. I don't even know why I want the speakers, but they're there and I want them.
The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer.
This is the thing to get over there, isn't it? Yeah, we can't do that yet, can we?
A crumpled billboard reading, Samaran butter soaks in the canal. Two ugly lines mar the bright countenance of the blonde boy depicted.
Reconstruct what happened here.
Judging by the size of the impact and the parallel lines of burnt rubber, the cause was probably a motor vehicle.
Crater.
Side slip marks indicated that the vehicle was traveling up the crater at 35 kilometers an hour.
The roof of the shack?
The black marks on the roof indicate that the vehicle vaulted from the crater to the roof of the shack.
Sloping metal roof panel?
The panel served as a takeoff ramp. The vehicle soared through the air, hitting the billboard and upsetting the posts. Then it continued its flight, taking the billboard with it. The sign broke the vehicle's fall into the canal. The salmon and butter billboard still looks freshly painted, suggesting it took the plunge recently, within the past 72 hours. Still speeding, the vehicle made a loop and vanished into the fog along the coast. There are two good candidates, the Caprice 40 and the Linéaire G22. It's about the right size, and the tire marks look like they came from the skinny tires frequently found on that motor carriage. The Caprice 40 is a very popular model, with bank clerks, topping pie delivery drivers, secondary school teachers, cops, strippers dressed as cops, undressed strippers.
Okay. Why the linear?
Very sturdy but light motor carriage. More likely than most to survive that jump. The Linéaire G22 is not a particularly popular model due to its peculiar proportions, which the manufacturer's design team probably thought about for too long.
What now?
You'd have to follow the tracks to be sure.
Blink.
The lieutenant looks on, waiting for you to wrap up your analysis. The crumpled Samaran...
Oh, we can talk to Kim now.
The lieutenant looked...
Any theories about what happened here?
Looks like someone was in a real hurry.
What kind of car do you think it was?
The Capri?
That's quite likely, from what I can tell.
I have some ideas about who it might have been.
Oh.
It was someone dangerous. Perhaps this is somehow connected to the murder?
The traffic hooliganism? I hope not. Fortunately, we are not traffic cops. Should we get back to the murder?
+1 Jacob era known.
You thought of a very touching
serious?
story.
That was like 80-something%.
Shit, though.
You serious? Maybe I shouldn't tell it if it's shit.
Nope, you're already telling it.
See, Kim, what happened here is the driver was a man whose wife was about to give birth.
Yes, this is good. This is very good.
This is not good.
No, it's shit.
Indeed. He was out drinking with his pals when he got the news, and, flushed with paternal pride, he got into his Capri at once and raced to the clinic.
Yes, that could very well have been it. Now let's move on. We're not traffic cops.
You know, can we just take the task and choose whether we want to actually do it or not?
If we must.
The traffic hooligan. Our story we told the kid made no sense because I can't believe we failed that fucking roll at like 80-something%. This really is XCOM. Those percentages mean nothing. Every time we're less than 50%, we seem to hit it. We've missed like a few more than 80% or something now. It's at the door. Where did my fort go? Have I been in... Oh, this is the Ron, isn't it? Roy.
If you don't mind, please put the flashlight away. Some of us have photonic sensitivities.
Photonic sensitivity is not generally acknowledged by the medical establishment.
Sorry about that.
I do appreciate it.
Rock up, shining the torch right in his face.
Hello again. How can I help you?
Do you know anything about the traffic menace on the loose?
Traffic? I'm sorry, officer, but I don't drive.
But didn't you hear it when the traffic menace drove over your roof?
Now that I think about it, I do remember hearing a thunderous noise the other night. Some kind of powerful electric vortex hitting the shop and then moving on.
That sure narrows down our list of suspects.
I can understand how you would mistake Jacob for a powerful electric vortex.
Jacob Ove, the great tip-top champion. Yes.
Do you think it may have been Jacob Irv who drove over your roof?
It's a logical explanation. I felt within that thunderous crash a soul plunged into chaos.
Alright. Who the hell is Jacob Irv, though? Apparently we spoke to him at some point. No, I remember who Jacob Irv actually was.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone.
Son, you've really let yourself go. It's a disgrace. But Coach Physical Instrument is going to get you back in prime condition, even if it takes 1,000,000 push-ups.
Yes, sir. Forge me into organic steel, Coach.
It's going to take blood, sweat, piss, and tears. But when I'm done with you, boy, you will be a master athlete.
Let's do this, Coach. I'm with you.
Behold, world. Here walks a sportsman, hands choked and hair kept back with a bandana. The Homo Athleticus.
Officer, the mere sight of police in Martinez makes me feel safer already. How can I help you?
Should we try to take his... I don't want to take the guy's sandwich, but...
A man so principled about his sandwich calls for a principled approach. Time to get political.
I don't know why
Too
we need
late.
the sandwich.
Daddy's already fighting the bad fight.
Really?
Make it stick.
These options seem awfully fascist or communist. What if I don't want to say them?
Say one of these fascist or communist things or fuck off.
Wow. Our rhetoric is really giving it to us here. I don't want to grill this guy too bad about the sandwich. I'm going back to police mode.
All right. Let's hear them, officer.
I don't want to take the guy's sandwich. Thought maybe they would know something about
Vigilance
the
officer, what can this old carabinier do for you?
vehicle driving over the roof, though. They would have seen it. First, you should find the vehicle the joyrider used. Smokers for Wednesday. This is for Wednesday. This was the questioning of the drug thing. Interrogate the drivers about the smuggling. There are 3 drivers at the intersection. You've spoken to 2? So one must be that big guy?
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
That's the scab leader. Who's the third then? We've got this lady here. Got this dude over here, this lady here. Maybe one more person to question about this.
compatriot. You have something to discuss?
You're lorryman, right? Oh yeah, he's a lorry driver as well. You show him the mug.
Oh man, that's great. Look at
He
that
loves
guy
the
go.
racist
Haven't
mug.
seen anything that funny in a while.
Is it yours?
God damn. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine.
He doesn't live in Martinez.
You're lorryman, right? What's your stance on drugs?
Drugs? They're shit, man. I don't let anything pollute my body.
He takes a long drag on his cigarette.
You know where that shit comes from? Sarah Miriza, Safre, Ilmara. They take the money from our local junkies here and then use it to outcompete us in the manufacturing sector. They know they can't beat us in a fair fight, so they have to get us to weaken ourselves somehow. It's racial sabotage, racial economic sabotage.
Perhaps it's good to agree to get him talking.
Yeah. Listen, I agree. It's our responsibility to keep this poison off the streets of Revachol, right?
Look, I'm gonna be straight with you since you're my kin. I don't know shit, and if I did, I wouldn't tell you. You're a cop. I'm not an idiot.
Then what are you still hanging around here for? Most other camionneurs have left.
What do you think? I can't leave the lorry unguarded. Stuff's been getting looted lately. It's those little kips sneaking around at night. If they touch my stuff, the bosses will be on my ass like ass cancer.
There was a bunch of spilled boxes in the back of a big lorry nearby.
I did see one lorry with the trailer doors open on my way here. Do you know what happened?
Yeah, I knew that guy. He was an honest driver who loved this country. We were having a good debate about genetics at the Wheeling in Rags when some kip boys smashed his lock and took damn near everything. Lost his fucking job over it.
You were having a good debate about genetics in the hotel.
Since he left, I haven't had anyone to talk to.
If they were getting drunk inside the Whirling in Rags, how could they know who broke into the lorry?
If you were all... Yeah, that's a good point. If you're all at the Whirling, how do you know who broke into the lorry?
What? Aren't we allowed to say that it's the kips who do all the stealing around here? That's not road to science, man.
Well, if it's not you, then who's running drugs through Terminal B?
Isn't it obvious? Fucking Sealang. That beady-eyed South Samaran. His little side business is a scam. I wouldn't be surprised if he was peddling drugs as well.
Wait, the street vendor south of here? That guy's a lorry driver?
Of course he's a lorry driver. What? He tell you he's just some simple businessman
Wow.
or some shit?
Okay.
He's selling his employer stuff after he broke the seals on his Humanox lorry. His tribe are natural liars. It's in their blood. He's your man, alright? 100%.
I wouldn't be so sure about it. Not until we've heard what Sealang himself has to say.
I guess we gotta talk to Sealing. That's a
Guess
lead,
so.
though. This is why we wanted to keep the racist on our side. And not piss him off. Even though he's a scumbag, we need to pretend to be cool with him. So he'll tell us these things. So for real, this guy's been cheeky? This guy's is this guy?
Everything's still cool here, officer.
So, Siling, what's your stance on drugs?
Drugs? I don't go in for that, officer. Drugs ruin lives.
Sounds sus.
Unless you're into drugs, of course. In which case, drugs are excellent. Mwah! Tasty, tasty drugs.
Should I say I'm super into drugs? It seems too basic to just straight up at me, dude. We know someone's carrying drugs. That'll make him sus, close down. See, I'm super into drugs.
That's very cool. A lot of the coolest detectives do drugs. Sadly, I don't have any drugs on sale. Or at my home, or on my person.
I guess we'll just proceed. We're looking for a lorry driver who is transporting drugs out of the harbour. He or she is in this traffic jam.
That That's even cooler. You investigating that and all. But I am not a lorry driver. I'm just a street vendor. I don't know anything about that.
A blatant lie, sire. Yet he tells it with such conviction. We'd believe him if we didn't know better.
Yeah, we've got this guy a bit here. But you are a lorry man. Another driver has identified you and your lorry.
Who said that? It's the fat racist, right? I bet it's him. He has an agenda against me because I'm an immigrant who works harder than he does. He's a hater.
So you admit you're a lorry driver?
No, I just said I work harder and he's an asshole.
He's tripping up now.
Okay, maybe I'm a lorry driver too. A little. But that's not the most important thing about me. That's my day job. This is my dream.
Do we push? Or just keep playing along? So you forgot to tell me?
Exactly. It's such a small part of my life. It's in the rear view mirror now. I'm
This guy's
climbing
so
out of
sus.
that hole with ingenuity.
Stop squirming. What do you know about the drug operation at the harbour?
Nothing. I told you. I'm not a dumb guy. I don't get involved with that crowd.
And what crowd is that?
Crowd. You know, the drug crowd.
No, he wasn't talking about an abstract crowd. It was that crowd.
It wasn't some drug crowd. You know who they are. Tell me now. Oh, this one, actually, this sounds better. Okay, if you don't know, then I'll tell your employer you've been selling his stuff.
No use. He's not telling us. He's too afraid. We need to take him to my station and ask him there. After we've called his boss.
Okay, look. There's bad people doing bad things here. That's all I know. Please don't get me into this mess. I spent 15 years working my way up.
Here we go. There's a tiny bit of truth on the table. Zoom in on it.
If you don't want to get into this mess, you have to give us a reason to move on. We're buddies, Selene. Help us out. No one will know it was you. Well, which one do we go with? You have to give us a reason to move on. Or do we play it nice? We're buddies. Help us out. No one will know it was you. I feel like one being a little firmer.
It's a she, okay? The other drivers call her the lady driver. You're better off staying away from her. The way they talk about her, she's no lady.
Is the lady driver the old woman back there? Dazed out. Strange.
I don't know. Maybe. If she is, I haven't gone near her. I don't get involved. I told you.
It could be. She was strange. He's not ruling her out.
Who are these other drivers who talk?
All of them. I don't know. I told you all I know. Are we cool now? I really want us to be cool now.
Who exactly is talking about this lady driver of yours? The racist or the other one with the tattoos?
All of them. Even the ones who've left. I don't hang out with them. I don't remember who has tattoos.
No, we've still got some more info. Okay, we're cool now.
All right. I scored. Let's cap this off with a purchase. You can walk away from here with funky sunglasses, detectives. Both of you. You deserve it.
We've got a bunch of info. Did say there was only 3 around to talk to. And she's a lady. This is our lady.
Lowman, you caught me at an opportune moment. This awful weather keeps me awake. You can entertain me with your questions.
Alright, are you the lady driver?
Did you just call me a lady, Herife?
She clearly doesn't think she's a lady. Don't repeat it.
I was told of a woman driver. You're the only woman here.
I'm not that either, Herife. I've gone too far from it all to remember what was between my legs. It doesn't work like that on the long haul.
So you're not the driver everyone is terrified of.
I'm only terrifying to small children and to those who used to know me.
Yeah, it's not her. Believe me.
Then who is the female driver I was told of?
How should I know? Do I look like I spend a lot of time with the other communers sniffing around when I have my movies to go to?
You said long haul. That's...
The big ones, the trucks. There's no women and men there. It's all just... In the middle of this town, there's a ghostly motorway. It takes all the people where they want to stay.
In the background, a quiet song seeps from her cabin into the air. You don't hear any vocals.
Why are you scary to the people that used to know you?
Because they can no longer recognize the person I once was. Oh, Sim.
So who's the lady driver? Those thoughts pop up so quickly I couldn't click on it.
Yes?
Right to work!
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
Know anything about this mug?
He does not so much as glance at the object.
Know anything about it?
Stop showing me your pathetic cup. I have no interest in it.
He had nothing to do with it.
Why are you not with the Hardy Boys?
I am not the first line of defense. I am the last. In addition, these so-called Hardy Boys are an effeminate clique of bodybuilders. Their company is spiritually degrading.
You pick up on something artificial in his tone, like he's putting on an act. This is unlike him. He is usually more himself.
There's more to it. What have you got against them?
Fine. They have recently fallen under the influence of a possibly sexually perverted female vagrant and a narcotics peddler. It's shameful.
Sounds like who we're looking for.
Find out for yourself. Endomorphic blob.
Endomorphic blob?
Interesting. We still need to get into the harbor. We need help with the tree situation. There must be another way.
Try the jump. Up there on the roof. It'll be worth it. Else there is little choice but to figure out a way to deal with the man.
We really do need to go up there, don't we? We've got at least one skill point to spend. We can go back up and try it again. So that could be her up there. It probably is her up there. We have to get across here eventually, or I'm actually going to save scum on the rolls just to get across here at some point. It's so important. It seems like just such a crucial thing compared to all the other rolls that we can just deal with losing or whatever. This spot here we need. -1, -1. None of our clothing's actual boost to it, is it? The one stat we really need.
A tarpaulin cloak is still caught.
28.
A tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing. No one has
Again.
claimed it for their own.
Do I just save scum on this? We failed this so many times now.
Nope. No.
Just let the health rock. Look at it go. See, this is, I really want to get over there.
You feel something in your chest. An unnatural pressure. It's spreading. Yeah. There's cop suffers.
This is getting so. We've genuinely tried this a few times, honestly, and it's getting a bit silly now.
A tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing.
Dude,
no
we
one
can't.
has claimed it for their
Cannot
own.
get over there at all. I don't really have any clothes or stats or anything for it.
You feel something in your chest. An unnatural pressure. It's spreading. Yeah. There's cop suffer.
It's for real, for real. It's this is our main lead. I really want to get over there. There's so much to explore. Like, and then we can go over there, talk to the crew, get them to help us get the body down. I don't know what I'd do. I mean, there's a million things we could do otherwise, I guess, but this jump is so cursed.
A tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing. No one has claimed it for their own.
Is it like not working? Is it, if I keep retrying, is it actually just going to die every time? This is not happening. Hey.
Nope.
If I heal, we can't try that again unless I level up or something, can we?
You feel something in your chest. An unnatural pressure. It's spread. Yeah. There's no cop suffer.
It's the first time I'm doing this. It's just such a, yeah, every other check we've failed. It's like, fine, I'll deal with it and move on. But this is just crazy. We need this.
A tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing.
Finally,
no one has
finally,
claimed
dude.
it for their own.
No, I hate to do it. I'm
As
ashamed.
you leap in the air, a chilly breeze engulfs you, sharpening your senses.
Close your eyes, let your senses take in the world around you. Continue the voyage through the salty air.
As the concrete floor welcomes you, you realize it's been a while since you felt so alive, alert, capable. Must be the adrenaline.
I knew you could do it. My climbing down might not have been as disco as your jump, but at least we can explore the harbor now.
Why couldn't we just climb down? It looked like you totally could just sort of slide down there, like hang from your hands and sort of just jump down instead of doing this amazing leap that murders us every time.
With your feet firmly planted on the concrete, the noise of the harbor rushes back in.
Thank God, finally. Give me this. RCM patrol cloak. What is it? A cloak. Is it jacket? We got our cloak back. Now we are here, finally. is this place? Every worker equal member of the board. Dewey typewriter. At the bottom, the union logo and whatever that said. A standard office file cabinet. The drawers seem to be locked. Neat office shades. Postcard.
On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the drawers.
It's unfortunate for the Union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this.
Let's see what's inside, he thinks.
Well, yeah, we're definitely going to open that.
The drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders.
We'll browse.
Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. Two kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside world, from Muindi, Grad, and even Ilmara. And the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol. Kuron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold.
Anything interesting?
It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry.
Volition, force yourself to go through the folders. Pretty low, but I feel like this one won't hurt too much if we fail it.
Look how blurry all the lines on these papers are. How unwieldy your own willpower is to yourself. You're like an absurdist Samaran monk, focusing through not focusing. Hermeneutics was almost within your grasp, but now only vague letters float before your eyes. Less meaningful, but aesthetically more pleasing.
Could I actually focus through not focusing?
You're a police officer, not a spiritual healer. You can focus the normal way by turning your attention to something and not letting go.
If I let my eyes go completely out of focus, all shapes start melting into each other.
Is that what you're doing with those photos over there?
No, of course not.
Good. This is probably not relevant to our case anyway. After all, we are not investigating an accounting mystery.
We can try again though, with a higher percentage. Volition fort focusing.
Whatever's hidden here is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really make sense of it. However, there is a little handwritten note stuck on the side of the drawer.
We'll look at note.
It appears to be a to-do list written in large, uneven capital letters. Remember, Leo, Everard's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everard's plants, sweep office floor, more banners.
Is this Everard's office?
All items on the list have been crossed out, and the note itself is crumpled.
Look, Kim. A to-do note with a list of errands for Everard.
Everard Clare, probably. The head of the Debarders Union. One of his aides must have left it. Nothing incriminating here.
The special borscht seems a bit odd in the list.
Special whirling borscht. Take another look at the note.
Remember, Leo, Everard's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everard's plants, sweep office floor, more banners. All items on the list have been crossed out, and the note itself is crumpled. The drawer slides shut smoothly.
Book. La Fumée, Volume 1, Number 4. the leading intellectual organ of Martinez communism, offers a radical Mazovian perspective on a range of contemporary issues.
The front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait of the late King Friesel. From the sides of his head, a pair of white antlers spread to the corners of the cover.
Why Friesel?
Because Friesel was incompetent, foolish, and cruel. In short, the embodiment of everything the communards wished to overthrow. It's satire, you see.
Flip through the pages.
To your disappointment, there aren't any full-color pictures to direct your attention. Just column after column of closely set text, interrupted occasionally by little doodles in black and white.
We're looking for the pictures. We need a picture book.
No advertisements, you notice. So who's funding this radical commentary?
Thank God, this savoir-faire stat seems to be an important one. Something I wish I'd probably leveled up a little earlier. I found some clothing or something to give us a boost.
After rifling the pages with your thumb several times, you return to the table of contents. The magazine is divided into several sections: international developments, Kunst und Kultur, and local concerns. Just inside the cover, there's also an editor's note.
Guess we'll read the edit. Start from the top. Editor's note.
Comrade, as you know, this journal takes its name from Mazov's immortal expression, Du cristal à la fumée. This was his way of describing the way the rigid, crystalline structures of capitalist ideology turned to smoke under communism.
We're going to have a look around in this room and then we're going to pack it up soon. Yeah, it is late. We've been doing it, guys. It's been 7.5 hours. And I'm starting, I can't. I'm burning out on all these words. I've had so many words. Starting to phase out. It's getting hard to pay attention to this crap that I keep ranting about. Good lord. Comrade, as you know, this journal takes its name from Azov's immortal expression, du cristal à la fumée. This is his way of describing the way the rigid crystalline structures of capitalist ideology to smoke under communism. Yeah, this is starting to get too much. It's 7.5 hours of this shit. Oh my god.
But, like the structures of capitalist ideology, we too are at risk of going à la fumée. Unlike many publications which are content to spoon-feed their readers reassuring drivel, La Fumée is committed to telling the radical truth, even when that truth may drive away potential subscribers.
Would have been better if it was a picture book.
Only 4 issues in, and it sounds like they've already alienated their readership. Perhaps they've overestimated the market demand for this kind of commentary. So please, if you value our radical Mazovian perspective on contemporary politics, culture, and international affairs, please consider subscribing today. Yours in struggle, the editors.
We should just tell Kim. Kim's cool. I like telling Kim things.
What do you expect? It was laying around the office of the Debarders Union. They're probably bankrolling the thing.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
International developments?
This section includes a long, tedious critique of the latest round of free trade negotiations between the EPIS nations and the Free State of Seminine. You also skip over an article about heavy fuel oil smuggling along the Messina border, something about bear wrestling in Samara, book riots in Yugograd. Face it, you really aren't interested in foreign affairs. You're not even sure where most of these countries are. You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
What is Kunst und Kultur?
It takes a moment, but gradually it dawns on you that Kunst und Kultur must mean arts and culture. Why they decided to title this one section in Volda is beyond you.
Sounds a lot more German from all the French we've been hearing.
Obviously, because it's cool to drop random phrases in foreign languages.
This keeps kicking in now ever since we leveled it up. The face hugger is talking to us a lot more.
It evokes a sense of recognition and fellowship among those privileged enough to understand. As you leaf through this section, you come across several reviews of recent radio plays, as well as a brief artist spotlight featuring a local artist identified only as CS. The main feature, though, is a long essay titled Tip Top Tourney, a critical Mazovian perspective.
CS. What was the name of that girl who was throwing paint over the wall?
The Tip Top Tourney is an inter-Isolari racing series, mostly known for its high speeds, ludicrous sponsorship deals, and high death toll. In Revachol, it's held quadrennially on the prestigious Zero Carousel racing circuit. This so-called artist spotlight is really just a brief Q&A, made all the briefer by the subject's evident hostility to her interviewer.
It sounds like that girl who we're talking to before, who threw the bucket, who was throwing all that paint around.
That certainly sounds like a certain delinquent
Yeah.
who likes to harass you from her balcony.
I surprised myself as soon as they said CS. Actually, wow, I guess I am paying attention, remembering things. I already knew exactly who they were talking about. Alright, let's see what these communists have to say about Tip Top.
You think you're settling in for a relaxing recap of the most recent season, maybe sprinkled with some nice anecdotes about a few of the more colorful drivers. Instead, you find yourself skimming a 10,000-word feature about all the politically problematic aspects of Tip Top Tourney. Where to even start? For one, there's the crass commercialism of its sponsorships, and then there's the practically criminal emphasis on deadly motor crashes. So, all of it, basically.
Hang on, who wrote this stuff?
Oddly enough, this article has 2 bylines: Nasteb Encolada Bernal and Exilus Buka. There's no way those are real names.
Why not?
Have you ever met anyone named Exilus? Come on, they're plainly pseudonyms.
Fair.
More than that, they're likely anagrams.
Elysium. Who would they be? What's so bad about sponsorships?
Under capitalism, the article says, every pursuit has its price. Every pleasure, even one as elemental as the joy of racing others around a track, is reduced to an advertising opportunity. Thus, the so-called tourney becomes a competition between increasingly meaningless brand signifiers. Your discount laundry detergent racing against a pack of Astra cigarettes, or even a Fritta.
Right, but then you get to see them crash.
And that precisely is what's problematic about it. Were it not for the promise of random, spectacular violence, audiences would quickly lose interest. At the end of the day, it's the destruction of these 750,000 real races that you're really watching for.
Wow, you're right. I really am just in it for the violence.
You see, one cannot avoid the conclusion that Tip Top Tourney is simply the apotheosis of spectacular entertainment under capitalism.
Kim, did you know Tip Top Tourney is actually an orgiastic ritual of capitalistic destruction? I had no idea.
I can safely say the thought had never crossed my mind, Detective.
The lieutenant furrows his brow. I wonder what else is really just a metaphor for life under capitalism.
I'm sure most things are, if the young men who wrote this article are to be believed. If I had to wager, I'd say they've never even seen the inside of a motor, much less a motor race. I take whatever they write with a large grain of salt.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
Dude, we gotta read this, but I'm putting it away for now. Because I gotta pack it up for now. Crashing big time. It's been a solid 7.5 hours. And it is past 4 AM. So we are going to call it a night there. It was a good session. And we're getting through. I mean, we've been playing it for a while. I assume we get. It doesn't feel like we've really gotten through much, but surely we are making progress. Quick at things, and doing things. But we'll call it a night for there.